Hey guys, I'm going to make a couple of videos reviewing for our modulation test coming on Friday. And so I think it's good to review how to spell the chords that we're going to use to modulate. And the chords we're going to use to modulate would be, we have the Neapolitan, we have the German Augmented Sixth chord, Diminished Seventh chords, and Augmented triads. So those are our four chords that we need to know how to spell. So let's start with the Neapolitan. Neapolitan is lowering the second scale degree in a key and then making a major triad out of it. So let's take the example of C major. We're in the key of C major. Okay, scale degree number 2 is going to be D, and so when we lower it or flat it, we're going to get D flat. And so we are going to build a D flat major triad, and that will be our Neapolitan in the key of C major. So again, we're going to take D in the key of C. Our Neapolitan is going to be D. We're going to lower it, so we're going to flat it. And then we're going to build a D flat major triad, which is going to be D, F, A flat. And so in a major key, we would have, so this is C major, we would have scale degree 2, that is flat. And then we're going to have scale degree 4. And then we're going to have scale degree 6. And that's going to be flatted as well. This is in a major key, okay? Man, that's not really great resolution. So let's bring it closer. There we go. That should be okay. Okay, we're gonna put this over here. Maybe that's better? Perhaps. All right, the next chord on the list is going to be the German Augmented Sixth chord, which is going to be taking the 5th scale degree of our key center and approaching it from 2 sides and then creating a chord out of it. And so the way to approach that would be to have an outline of the 5th scale degree. In the key of C major, we're going to have an outline of G. G is the 5th scale degree in C major. We're going to have G, and then I'm going to outline it with an octave, and then have leading tones going up to it. So we're going to go down 1 and then up 1. So we're going to have 1 going to be F, the other one is going to be A. However, these are going to be semitones. They're going to be half steps that will go towards G. And so in this case, we're going to have an F sharp, and then we're going to have an A flat. So this is our outline of the German Augmented Triad. And so we also have scale degree 1 in this. And then we also have scale degree flat 3 or sharp 2. So in this case, that would be E flat. So in the key of C major, the German Augmented Sixth chord is going to be A flat, C, E flat, and F sharp. So in terms of scale degrees, we're going to have flat 6. We're going to have 1. We're going to have flat 3 or sharp 2. So I'll write them both, sharp 2 or flat 3. And then the last scale degree is going to be the sharp 4. And then that's what makes this Augmented Sixth name. The name comes from this interval being an Augmented Sixth. And so let me bring it closer so that you can see the spelling of it. Okay. Now the next chord we're going to review is the diminished 7 triad. So that would be taking a diminished chord and then adding a diminished 7 on top of it. And we can spell this in the key of C major by taking the diminished chord in the key of C, which is going to be the leading tone, right? Which is going to be, in our case, B. So we're going to spell a diminished chord in the key of C major, which is going to be diminished 7, right? V-I-I, diminished with that circle. And then we're going to have B, since that's the 7th note value in C major. And then we're going to build our diminished chord. That's going to be B, D, F. And then to build a diminished 7th chord, we need to add the 7th, but also diminish it. So the 7th is just going to be that next note up here. In our case, it's going to be an A. We're going to flatten it. And that will give us our diminished value for 7. So the 7 is diminished, hence the name fully diminished 7th chord. And so, in our case of C major, it will be B, D, F, A flat. This is going to be scale degree 7, scale degree 2, scale degree 4, and then flat 6. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And then our last chord is going to be an augmented triad, which is augmented triads can be used like a 5 chord. And so we are going to that's not a good way of spelling that. Well, I'm just going to spell it as 5 plus. That's good. And we're in this key of C major, and like I was just saying, the augmented triad works in a way that's similar to a 5 chord, so it's going to resolve itself towards a 1. It has a pull towards tonic. And so in the key of C major, we're going to have 5, B, G, B, D, right? That's our 5. And to add the spice, to add this augmented quality to it, all the plus sign means is to raise the 5th of this chord. So that would be, in this case, since we're in the key of C major, and our 5 chord is going to be a G chord, the 5th of the G chord is going to be sharped or augmented. And so this is how we spell that. I don't think I just explained that very well, so let me start again. We are building a 5 chord in the key of C major, which is going to be a G major triad. And to just make it an augmented quality, all we have to do is raise the 5th of that chord. I think let's do another example. So if I'm in the key of, let's say, F major, right? So if we're in the key of F major, the 5 chord of F major is going to be C major. So we're going to have a C major triad, C, E, G. And to spell this augmented would be to just raise this 5th in that chord. So the 5th of C is G sharp. Hopefully this helps.